Well, a week from today, the eyes of the world will be focused on Beijing and the start of the 2008 Summer Olympic Games. The athletes are arriving. The people of China are making their final preparations for the big games. NBC's Mark Mullen is live in Beijing with the latest. So, Mark, we are just 1 week away from the opening ceremonies. How are the preparations going right now?
I think a lot. I mean, they started preparing for all of this, Tamron, like 8 years ago. Beijing did, spending some $40 billion just to get ready for these games, with things like this world-class Olympic stadium behind me, which a Swiss architect had designed, and all kinds of other things, new highways, everything, because it's a big deal to the Chinese. And a lot of people are watching. For them, it's more than just games. This is sort of a coming-out party, and they're hoping to try and impress the world, and that people who come here will see what has progressed in a good way for China, instead of just what may still need work here. You had mentioned, Tamara, just a moment ago, some of the teams arriving, including today, Team USA women's gymnastics team, including 16-year-old star Shawn Johnson, who is a medal hopeful, certainly, to be here. They're going to have about a week to try and settle into this new environment, get used to the time change. Bear in mind, we are ahead of all of you watching. We are 12 hours ahead of the East Coast, 15 hours ahead of the West Coast. It will give them a little bit of time to get rid of that jet lag and to practice in this new environment and all of the rest of that. The Olympic venues here have been done for a long time. The Chinese really didn't mess around with all of that. The things they are still working on, as you have probably known if you watched TV or read your newspaper recently, is the pollution problems which punctuate Beijing on almost any day. Well, the Chinese officials, for their part, have worked very diligently to implement some drastic measures to try and better that situation. It hasn't really done enough. But at least today, this 1 week out, we started to see clear skies for the first time today. That, along with Beijing officials saying they may do even more drastic measures, getting more cars off the road, closing down more factories. They want blue skies by the time the opening ceremony happens right behind me 1 week from now.
Well,
Back to you.
Mark, thank you very much for the update.